And I'm Gil from the Rich Relationship with Rick.
And we found that it's the area that we feel that we are the most equipped and we have the most passion for. And so that's why marriage ministry has really been the real origin of how we serve the kingdom of God. It's who we are.
And a lot of things can be different. You always have the opportunity to attend seminars and do books and maybe even hear lessons and preachings and messages and all those things as it relates to relationships. But one of the things that we wanted to do is we don't hear it enough. We always have the goal of always wanting to work on our relationships, but that has to be intentional. That has to be on purpose, and that's what this is really was designed to do. When it comes to your relationships, it's work. A lot of us who have been married for a little while, and we have couples, and we have people in this course that are just getting started in their relationships. But we always want to start it out with this is where it actually starts working in your relationships right now.
And the first 5 weeks of the course is called
Anybody wants to address. One of the things that we always want to talk about is the investment in marriage. We have a short amount of time to do things when it comes to just these lessons and things like that. But one thing that is so important is not only the time that you spend in this course, but the actual application of the information that we're actually going to share. You don't get better at anything if you don't practice it, if you don't put it to work. One of the most important things about putting those things into work, because if you had times where you tried different things and they didn't seem to work, and you kind of have gone over and over and over again and not figuring out, well, what is it? Most of the time it's because you didn't get new information, and that's what this is really designed to do. We don't believe we have the end all to be all and all the answers to every single question that everyone goes through, but we also know that the things that we are going to share with you do work. They work for us. They have been working for us, and that's what we really, really want to talk about, because our end goal is to bring value. We want to add value to not only your relationships, but even on this platform that we are coming up to and using to get information out there, just to impart and to invest in other couples and other audiences.
And so we're going to go into now what is oneness. Well, the first 5 sessions is about identity, and the first session is about communication. And so as we're building this, and one of the things the Lord really showed me was that communication is how every relationship begins. Oneness is just being connected. It's when two people who are different come together. It's when we submit to someone or someone greater than ourselves. And oneness is what we really want to focus on in this session, because being married, saying your vows, it doesn't make you one. There's some other things that have to happen in our lives and in our relationships that creates this oneness. And so that's why we talk about what is oneness. Oneness is something that has to be developed and cultivated, and it takes time, and it takes submission, and it takes you being aware that you are doing things in your own. It's the difference between being alone and oneness. We want you to understand the value of being single and being alone, but we also want you to understand the importance of being one.
Because when you think about it, before you got into your marriage, or even as a single person, you were that lone individual. You actually had no responsibility for anybody else. You could do what you wanted, when you wanted, most of the time without even checking in with somebody when you wanted to make decisions. But that oneness is one of the things that you actually are going to give up when you start getting into not only marriages and long-term relationships, but just in relationships in general. Because the more you start engrafting and bringing people into your lifestyle and into your life, you're actually going to give up a little bit of yourself when it comes to that oneness that you're talking about.
Yeah. And the oneness that we're referring to is the oneness that we experience with the first relationship, which is our relationship with God. And this session is really about us understanding why we need salvation. And so how does this oneness occur? We all have natural needs: food, shelter, we need heat, we need water, we need to be touched.